Hi and welcome to my second video about Double Simian Lines. I am Ivar Kristoffersson. I renamed my YouTube channel and my brand is now Soul Warrior Energy. Soul Warrior Energy, and that's all of us that are souls that has fought for the light, transmuted the dark for many, many lifetimes, the soul warriors. And it's also a little joke with the letters. SWE, that's short for Sweden. And if you take just the name, I live in Sweden, south of Sweden, middle south of Sweden in pure magic nature. I can show outside, it's sunset now. We have had the first spring day and some very beautiful tulips there. So if you take Sweden, SW, that's the soul warrior, and then it's Eden. Isn't that nice? Eden. The Garden of Eden. I really have my physical three-dimensional Garden of Eden here outside in my 2,000 square meter garden. You're always welcome to visit me. And it's also about this Nordic light. And I do runes, the old Nordic tradition. And for this Double Simian line video part 2, I will draw a rune here. One moment. I also have some big news coming up about why this Double Simian, that's the line, the head and heart line going straight over. If you have a Double Simian, that's called a Double Simian line. It's coming soon. I will tease you a little. So I want to draw a rune for this video, for this magic time, and it's this rune. I have to look it up so far. There it is. I have found a radio station. I have it in the background. I will show it soon to you. Here. Yeah. That's nice for a soul warrior. This one is called Kena's fire. It's the fire that lighted up the big rooms and the small rooms. It's the inner fire and voice that we all have inside. And when it comes up in reading, like this for the Double Simian line, this shows that we have to make a decision or be aware how we live if we are letting others guide us too much. Yeah. That's really important. And that will be a very good start, because now we are in the Aries season. The Sun, I'm a quantum astrologer, also quantum numerology, but in quantum astrology right now, transit energy right now is that Sun, Mercury retrograde, Venus and Uranus is all in Aries the quantum I am, the first house, the seed after the spring equinox. That's the first start, ruled by Mars, the soul warrior. And it's such a deep knowledge here about the quantum physics, because we are multidimensional. Okay, you have heard that many times, but what does that mean? Yeah, it means that you see reality in an individual way. I do it, she do it, he do it. So we have 7 billion realities here on Earth. That's the multidimensionality. And we have to accept that. What's happening is that we have a very powerful quantum computer. It's our brain when we connect the left and right side. It's our heart. It's the body, the cells, the DNA. All this makes up the energy chakra, of course, our energy body, the light body. Everything makes up a very powerful quantum computer, consciousness. And we are one part of an original energy, a fractal. So we make up our own reality from within, from our DNA, from our stored lifetimes, from many lifetimes, but also from the incoming energies. And right now it's a great influx of very new energy, of magnetic fields never coming to us before, in the middle of this ascension. So our quantum computer makes up our individual reality from the codes we get from within and without. Okay. Individual. So you have your truth, I have my truth, and we have 7 billion truths. We have to accept that, respect that. We have to build from that and not let others in any way affect our own truth. This is so important, especially for the Double Simians, because we are so powerful. We're coming in with an extra powerful life force here on Earth. So my role here is to remind you, awake you, be a catalyst for your own search, for your finding your truth in your way. In your loving way of yourself. Everyone has to go that way. There's no short circuits. We have to go through our body, release what's stored, and find ourselves. Individually. That's the quantum I am, and that's the quantum physics. And astrology is so magic. You can see so much about what's going on. This radio station playing I'm a Lion right now. So I want to show that. I got a tip some days ago. It's called like this: Lucid Vibe Radio. You can search Lucid Vibe Radio, come to this address, and then they play essential music all day long with shows, etc. So it's there's an app for Android or iPhone. Lucid Vibe Radio. I am ready. I'm prepared. Yes. I also want to show here my channel here, Soul Warrior Energy, with Aurora Borealis there, and my videos, Quantum Astrology, Runes, Tarot, Numerology. And here's the Double Simian, the first one, 19th of January. I also want to show my dear soul friend, Cosmic Christi. She made one about RH negative and Double Simian, the 7th of March, and an earlier one in January here about the Simian line. I highly recommend you to watch these videos first. You have your own free choice, or at least watch them anytime. These are the background, so I won't cover up all of that stuff. I will mention little about it. Then we have this Double Simian line, and we have a legend of paradaki called Larry Brinkley. I think he is, part of him is native Indian, and he has told this legend, came from his grandfather and from the grandfather behind, about the Double Simian line, and it's a great knowledge. Here's a Facebook page, and there also is a peraki.com that you can check with a lot of information about the Double Simian. So, what's the buzz about? Both Cosmic Christi and me was very close in our previous videos. It's of course about ascension, the Double Simian lines, to connect with the ancient. And I got such an insight today. I just, like this, it's Uranus, you know, the enlightenment ruler of Aquarius, coming like blixt and thunder. It's the Thor in the Nordic mythology. That's the soul warrior. I realized why we Double Simian are here. It's because we are starseeds. We Double Simians, that's about 2-3% of the population on Earth that has this line, have very strong life force, and also bringing in the codes for the ascension, the higher vibration, the inner knowledge to remember, to participate in this crystalline change of us and of the Earth. We are starseeds, all of us. Then what is a starseed? A starseed is a human on a mission with the alien foreign DNA coming from planets around other fixed stars in this Milky Way or in other galaxies, for example, Andromeda Galaxy. You have all heard about Pleiadians. The Pleiadians seeded the Earth. The Pleiadian is in the Taurus constellation, the Bull, close to the fixed royal star Aldebaran, the eye of the Bull, the third eye, the Archangel Michael, and then comes the Orion's belt in Gemini now, the Orions, and then comes Sirius, and then in Libra is Arcturus and Spica, and we have also Vega, the Lyra constellation, Pegasus, Persons, and many other races. So we are specialists also in this ascension because we have done the ascension earlier. Our soul has done it at those places where we come from. And I can pinpoint those in a starseed reading with the natal horoscope. But aren't everyone from the stars? Yes. Everyone is stardust. Everyone has an extraterrestrial DNA because we are seeded by the Pleiadians 200,000 years ago, according to Cryon. Cryon, the channel from Lee Sharrow, it's a very good channel. The Pleiadians and its 22 races. And then we have the quantum component in the DNA, and we have been hijacked it. We have 2 stranded DNA strands that originally was 12, and now we are rising in this process right now. The DNA is changing, so sleep a lot. Give time for this process inside. Everyone is from the stars, but most of the people, 90-95% at least, have lived perhaps only on Earth or so long on Earth, so they have a very long way to remember. It's so hidden in the DNA in their cells. We, as what I call starseeds, are coming directly from other starseeds with this knowledge open. And that's why we as Double Simian has this great power life force. That's why life has been so hard during this patriarchy, this suppression of everyone, especially the feminine power in all of us, and all that has been happening with the wars, etc. Now it's time to end that. And we are key persons in this process. We, the starseed that comes with direct contact with our knowledge when we awake, and we are awakening at key moments, also stored in our Akashis record or something. And you can listen to Steve Nobel, search for Steve Nobel on YouTube. He has excellent interviews about starseeds, also meditation about it. You can check my YouTube channel, you can check Cosmic Christi YouTube channel and do your own research on this. And I give starseed readings, and as a special gift I will have a constant sale for Double Simians for starseed readings of 40%. It's so much work to do those readings, it's so much information. It was one of my greatest moments in life to awake to my starseed energies. And it's so great to be able to explain why I was longing for the stars and the black sheep and had such a misery in my youth, because the energy, I am a high vibrational being. Now is the time when I enjoy life. Really, the earth was in so low vibration, and the family line to heal and all that stuff was so terrible. And then all these years with inner process, the soul warrior, the transmutation, 30 years I worked with myself. It's so nice to be able to connect with your true family. The starseed family, the star races that you are, and we are all that I am. We are all unique, special, from different parts. Not that many Pleiadians or Sirians, much more Arcturians, at least from my readings. So 40% off for Double Simians. I won't write it. You have to connect with me. Write the message on mail. It's mail address below, or Messenger if you friend me on Facebook. And then we can fix. It will be, instead of $180, that's half the price that many take for Starseed readings. I take $180, and then 40% off will be $108, those numbers. Yeah. And it's also possible to split in 2 parts. So it's $54. I was born 1954. $54 first month, and then $54 second month. And you will get a long written report. The record is over 60 pages. It's something between 25 and 60 pages about the information of your origin, of the energies that you bring with you to this earth, this ascension process. And then 1 hour recorded from me. I record it directly so you can listen to it, or we can connect also via Zoom and have a chat if you like that, but I can make a recording for you. So check the details, and when you are prepared for this, when you take your own step with your own free will, feeling your own truth, contact me and get things starting. And then in this, I also want to share some really important knowledge about the ascension process for us, the Double Simians and the Starseeds, and everyone, in fact, has this possibility. Every soul is a light being, but many has chosen the dark part. And it's so important that we use those 22 Native American rules, that we used unconditional love to those on the dark side. There has been so many galactic wars. We are now healing. Earth is the green planet's the central energy healing right now of this Milky Way, of this universe. This ascension, it's so important to heal the wounds from the fall of Atlantis and all these Orion galactic wars, etc. And we need to do it with love, care, compassion of those stuck in the patriarchy, stuck in this hierarchy system, stuck in those false male principles, stuck in that domination of others, stuck in that secret that they tried to hide the secret, making it secret for people, and the fear, because the only part that stops the light is fear. So we have to go through that. And if you feel, breathe in and breathe out the fear. Breathe in and breathe out the fear. And you can do it silent, but just do it in any way when you observe that you are got upset or something happening inside. And what you're breathing in is love. It's love in the air. It's the bioplasma, the cosmic quantum room that you breathe in, the ocean of love. And what you breathe out is the density, the stacked part in your body. And sleep well, sleep much, drink a lot of water. It helps to connect the electromagnetic system, the energy system we are, and etc. Food, training, etc. And the Dip Back and Opera has a great meditation series, free, highly recommended, about the fulfillment. That's the way to fulfill us with the soul mission, to find our own soul mission, and to fill us up with that, with the light, to shed the weight, to get rid of the distractions, etc. It's not possible to force us, to force yourself via idea or something. The real change comes from within. And in fact, what I started with, everything is an internal process in every individual human here on earth. Everything. And then we mirror back, we project out and mirror back a holographic reality. It's all an internal. And if you want to remember anything of this, remember this: go within, search within you. In all ways possible, search within you, surrender. Don't get lost in that fight with the outside. Every time you leave your inner connection, you are lost. Every time I leave it, I am lost. So, I want to give some more information here about this ascension. It's so great energies this week, influx. And if you suffer, surrender. It's a release. And it's time to leave the mind control. If you suffer a lot, you are in a mind control state. Get loose, relax, breathe, meditate, be in the nature, be with children, be with animals. Take care of yourself. Please, self-love, care. Get out of that never-ending fighting wheel of stress and fear in the out still ruling on this earth. Don't go into that world, television, etc. I don't watch television. That's just an example. You choose from your own, but there's a possibility in the ascension. It's a need to ascend, to practice this individually, to do it, to take the steps in your life to find your mission, your Double Simian mission, your Starseed mission. And remember, you are a key person, because I and you, we are love. We are one source. We are a fractal. Some of us are original fractals. And we are key persons in this ascension, the Double Simian Lines and the star seeds, because we have done it before. We remember more from within. That's the key to change this, to change the crystalline grid, to follow the energies from coming in from cosmos, as above, so below, as within, so without. So I also want to talk a little about this. Legend of Perikey, Larry Brinkley, thank you very, very much. He also wrote about the Bow village and the Toltec that came and checked the Double Simian, and by free will from the Bow village borrowed the children, took the children that were Double Simian and educated them, took care of them. And yeah, and this, I forgot to show you this. Here, you remember Star Trek? Oh, here is here is Star Trek greeting. You remember Spock holding up his hand This is hello, this one. And I have some more here. Here is Spock with his hello. But this was not also an Indian celebration when they met. It's not only a language, it's also to see who are double simians. Here's my left hand, here's the line. The heart and the head line connected. So it's a connection between the head and the heart. Those 38 centimeters are the longest and most important in the human evolution. And I have my throat chakra, the connection here between heaven and earth. That is my family lineage to heal. The heart and head line is connected. So that in us double simians, we have a direct connection between our heart, feelings, emotions, and the brain. Our consciousness is so strong when we accept and surrender to our own power from within and stand in our light and glory that has been so suppressed in so many ways. And I don't want to go into those ways, how we have been suppressed. You know it. I want to share the catalyst of the light to stand in the lion illumination heart. We are the golden race. We all are. So here's Spock. Thank you, Spock, for showing us the way. I was talking about this. Toltec borrowing the children with double Simian lines in their hands and educated them. And I feel that there was a Pleiadian education of them, an ancient. It's keeping the knowledge. The tribes, the native tribes all over Earth had kept the nature knowledge, the stars, this energy knowledge with shamans, etc. That we have forgotten, that we now awaken to. And the Pleiadian lessons, that was Pleiadian seeded Earth 2,000 years ago, and then was the farming of the Earth, etc. And then 90,000 years ago, Lemuria came. Hawaii is still left a part of Lemuria that was in the Pacific Ocean. And the Lemurians were here for 40,000 years, rather isolated. And they were all children from 7 years of age, when first children live in only their own world up to 7 years old. Then they start to become conscious and practice what they have learned in the first years. But the education from 7 years old was made by a Pleiadian mother in Lemuria for 40,000 years. And they lived so much longer life. That's also a possibility now with our DNA change. Our consciousness, I am love, you are love. I am healthy, you are healthy. I am worthy, you are worthy. We are loved. We can live longer, much longer. We are here to practice that if we want. And affirmation is very great. So the Pleiadian education there in Lemuria, according to Cryon, was a wheel. They set in a center, the children, and then the Pleiadian mother walked around in different directions, around in a circle, never any starting point. And that's important because it's the quantum room. There is no start and no end. In the fifth dimension and higher, There is no linearity. There's just a circle of life. Everything is now. And when we see that, we say fifth dimension and higher, and that's also linear, very linear. To say fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, I do that. But still very, because if we truly step into the quantum field, the quantum possibility, the quantum rooms, it's infinite. The dimensions is infinite. And you have access to them directly. So there's no linear. And that's so hard to leave the linear mind. I try to practice in my way to relax, and this way of teaching was very great because they implied it in the teaching. And that was called the wheel of balance, this wheel. The children in the center and the Pleiadian mother walking around in a circle. And in the middle was called the great central sun. Yeah. And they have 5 spokes that they teach you about in different levels, depending on the years of the children then. And the first spoke was about center return. And it's the reincarnation. When we die, our soul comes back to the light, to the great center sun. And the great center sun is also a name for the galactic center. And it's transmitted through our sun to us, the codes from there. So our soul never dies. That was the circle of life, the creative source in the center. And then the second spoke was called star steering. Steering by the stars. And that's astrology. And now we got quantum astrology thanks to quantum physics. So, and it's about the sun's magnetic field and gravity related. And we can see so much of the energies in the astrology. So the Pleiadian mothers teach it for 40,000 years. Star steering astrology. Yeah. The third spoke was child life. Don't lose the life as a child. Be as a child. There's also, you know, the great ascended master Christ learned so much for us. Also other ascended master. All the religions have a central core that's very good. But Jesus spoke about the childs. So be as a child. That was the third spoke. The fourth spoke in that wheel of balance was you are God. You are sacred. Every human is God inside. The God in me never goes away. I am sacred. I am God. I am love. And the fifth spoke was the mirror. Oneness in all. The mirror from others that shows who we are. If you accept, surrender that it's a mirror of your own energy. To then be able to create I am that I am. That was the teaching from the Pleiadian mothers to the children of Lemuria for so many 10,000 of years, from the age of 7 up to 13 in different levels. Isn't it great? We need that now on Earth also, to teach our children about this. And then I also got some from Cryon also, and from myself about this ascension process. I can give some important tip for you to practice if you want with your resonance. It's a new life now coming in. It's an ancient life, and it's new energy coming in. And if we start here, we have, it's so much light now possible. In the quantum room around us, so much light here. So we can stop dealing with the negativity. We don't need to even clear it out. We don't need that anymore. We don't need to meditate like we done before. We can just fill ourselves with light, and then we don't need protection. We don't need anything. We just have the light and the earth and the connection with the heaven and the earth. That's new. New energy coming in right now. Just shine, illuminate, and then you are secure in any way, because you stand in your own creation from within. And healers don't need to clear the negativity anymore. Fill yourself with light, presence. That's enough. And delight, joy, of course, also. And then the body is listening to what I say, what you say. So use affirmation, like I already did in this video. I am worthy, I am healthy, I am loved. Speak with your body, speak loud. So the body, the cells hear, because we, our consciousness, are the chief of our body. When we take that initiative, when we speak out, when we really are the chef of the business in ourselves. So we can heal ourselves that way a lot also. And meditation is changing also. You can do it the old way, but all the old ways are now changing. So it's, for me, I do it when I feel with my intuition, and I do it in my way. I also have a great connection, so I can do it as a walking meditation. But there are also specialists coming up now. Souls, I know one that is specialist in meditation, and they do it in different ways with music and with dance and with stuff like that. And they can do it for hours, and they do it for all of us also. You need to connect, of course, with the source, but the old fashion of meditate and have one perhaps leader outside, etc., also with yoga, etc., that's changing. Now you create from within. Trust in that. Build that in you. So, and do it with your intuition. And then, one important, accept change. Change is the constant. Accept the change in your chemicals inside your body, in the DNA upgrade. Speak with, I accept change. I am changing. It's okay. It's good to change. I speak with my little Eva, also my little boy. It's no, don't worry, little Eva. I'm with you. I will never leave you. Never. I care. I have the greatest compassion for you, my little friend. He is scared. Yeah. And then there's the new codes, the new numerology coming up with the master numbers after 33, the 44, 55, etc. I will come back with those. So I want to yeah. I have to stop with this one. Isn't it great? I want daylight. I want a daylight. I want daylight. Oh, I want daylight. Whoa. Maybe we were raised by wolves and we can't settle down. We're just enough games keep moving around. These dogs in my blood and I'm just trying to keep them whispering. From all of these misses with their knockoff kisses. I talk my trash but it won't stand firm. So when you see me eat my words, don't you raise no concerns. These names don't quite pave the way, and it ain't like we're getting any older. Tired of these nighttime hookers with their writing on the wall, always coming through whenever you call. These late night lookers just flexing it all, make your dreams come true, but I'm tired of it all. I want daylight. I want daylight. I want daylight. Yes. I want daylight. Yes. I want daylight. Yes. Just a little daylight. I want daylight. Oh, I want daylight. So, go on, have fun in your life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being yourself. Bye-bye.